Now let's try solving question number 28. It is a train covered a certain distance at a uniform speed. If the train would have been 6 km per hour faster, it would have taken 4 hours less than the scheduled time. And if the train was slower by 6 km per hour, it would have taken 6 hours more than the scheduled time. Find the length of the journey. So here we have not been given what is the speed and time. Let's assume them. Let speed is equals to x km per hour and time is equals to y hours. So what happens to distance? Since we know speed is equals to distance upon time, therefore distance will be equal to speed, which is x, multiplied by time, which is y. So distance came out to be x into y. Now observe very carefully. In case 1, what has been given to you? If the train would have been 6 km per hour faster means to the uniform speed x, you have to add 6 km, right? So therefore distance, which is xy, will be equal to what happens when speed is 6 km per hour faster, which means x plus 6 will be the speed now. Then in that case it would have taken 4 hours less than the scheduled time, which means in that case the number of hours that we have taken, it would be y minus 4, right? Definitely if you are going to increase the speed, you will take less time to cover the same distance, right? So this is case 1. Now let's try solving this further. It would be xy is equals to x into y, xy, x into minus 4, that is minus 4x, plus 6 into y, that is 6y plus 6y, and plus 6 into minus 4, that will be minus 24. Now xy and xy simplified, cancelled out. Therefore here we will obtain 4x minus 6y plus 24 equal to 0. We can simplify it with 2. Therefore we will obtain 2x minus 3y plus 12 equal to 0. Right? This is the first equation that we obtained. Now look at the second case. In case 2, it is given that if the train was slower by 6 km per hour, then distance is same, right? So if the speed would have been slower, right, then in that case from the uniform speed, you have to subtract 6 km per hour. If you are reducing the speed, definitely you are going to take more time to cover the same distance, right? So what is the time? It would have taken 6 hours more, which means to the usual time you have to add 6. Now let's simplify it further. We will get xy is equals to x into y, again xy, x into 6, that will be 6x, minus 6 into y, that is minus 6y, and minus 6 into 6, that will be minus 36. Now xy and xy simplified, so we are going to obtain, it will be 6x minus 6y minus 36 equal to 0. You can simplify it by dividing the entire equation with 6. That will give you x minus y minus 6 is equals to 0. Now from here itself we can apply substitution and get the value of x and y. How? Let's try taking x equals to y plus 6 from this equation, and this value of x we will substitute it in our first equation. So we are going to obtain 2 into y plus 6 minus 3y plus 12 equals to 0. Let's simplify it further. We will be getting 2 into y plus 6 minus 3y plus 12 equal to 0. So therefore it will be equal to 2y plus 12, 2 6 are 12, minus 3y plus 12 equal to 0. That is basically 24 minus y equals to 0, which implies y is equals to 24. Now, what would be speed in that case? As we have taken x equals to y plus 6, therefore x value will be equal to 24 plus 6, which is equals to 30. So therefore x value we got it as 30 and y value we got it as 24. In that case, speed will be equal to, since speed is x km per hour, so speed is equals to 30 km per hour, and time, since we assumed it to be y hours, therefore time is equals to 24 hours. Now we have to find out the length of the journey, right? So which means we have to find out the distance. Distance is basically speed into time, which is x into y, and hence we are going to get 30 into 24, which is equal to 720 kilometer. So therefore, for this question you will write down length of the journey is 720 kilometer.